we have entered a new period of very capital-intensive efforts within our military forces and predominantly also in our Navy. And we need to build new vessels, essentially. But also with the ambition to have that production facility cater to also civilian needs, because essentially our strategy when it comes to defense spending, whenever we do some important spending and investment in defense, we also try to cater to civilian needs. As a small NATO, modest NATO ally, I think that's the good strategy forward when it comes to defense spending.
But
So yeah.
Albania got quite a big present yesterday. A gift, so to speak.
That's the second. That's the second element of this very strategic relation we have embarked upon between Albania and Italy. Yesterday was concluded the donation act, basically, of one military vessel of the Italian naval forces that will be donated to our naval forces. That will serve a twofold purpose. The first purpose is basically to allow our own officers and cadets to familiarize themselves with military ships of this magnitude, and basically help us transition out of a naval force that, after communism, essentially has done mainly Coast Guard operations,
Yes.
into basically transforming it into a proper naval force. We are increasingly supporting both EU and NATO missions throughout the Mediterranean with our naval forces, and we ambition to take more responsibility. This comes by better training of officers and cadets, and also by this transition I mentioned from a Coast Guard to a naval force. And this donation essentially will help us do exactly that.
Now I have another little side question. It's called the Libra at the moment. Any ideas what it might be renamed?
Oh, that's a very
This
good
is the
question.
important bit, you know?
That's a very good question. Well, we know for sure it will be renamed.
Yes.
In the next couple of months, basically, we're going to send groups of officers, or naval officers and cadets on board to get the proper training. And once it will be fully delivered to our forces, we will have the, let's say, the ceremony.
Yes.
The proper ceremony as the tradition foresees. Now, we don't have a final name. There are a few candidates.
Yes.
There are people that think of very symbolic names that have to do with our, national pride or national figures. There are other people thinking about, naming taking the name of a city. It used to be a tradition in the naval forces. Long time ago. We'll make sure to do a thorough process and get everybody's opinion, but I don't have a name for you.
Can I put a suggestion for
You
Teuta,
certainly-
please? I love that name. I wanted to call my daughter Teuta, but I was outvoted. And also because we're in Dures as well. So that's my proposal.
We're in
the
Dures,
ring.
but it needs to be, to be a representative of the whole country. Point taken. That certainly might be considered as a candidate, but I cannot.
You can't commit at this time.
That.
No, that's fair enough. Now, obviously, this gift from Italy and these agreements that were signed. This is it signifies a very strong relationship between the two countries. But talking of cooperation with other countries, recently it made news internationally. The Trilateral agreement, which was signed between Albania, Kosovo, and Croatia, and there's been quite a lot of talk about it. And I want to hear from the horse's mouth, so to speak. How did this deal come about? What was the need? And in concrete terms, what is it hoping to achieve?
Well, first of all, thanks for asking. First of all, it has been in preparation for quite some time, over a year. And second, it comes as a very natural thing to do amongst allies that have a common view of both the challenges, both the threats that the region, Southeast Europe in general, more specifically the Western Balkans, are facing. Both in terms of hybrid threats, of third-party, non-European, non-NATO parties that have an interest or have an interest in destabilizing the region. And it came very naturally since both the three countries, basically, Albania, Croatia, and Kosovo, share the same view with regard to the threats. Second item that made it necessary to have that agreement, the three countries are ambitioning to revive their own military industries
Okay.
as an overall
Shared goal.
all over Europe, throughout the transatlantic community. And we thought that we had both to learn from each other, but also maybe to enter into initiatives that are both supported both by the EU strategic compass and NATO strategic compass, in the sense of joining forces for common procurement, joining forces for common innovation programs that could also receive common funding.